Proxy Table Gaming, YouTube, Lucky Sixes, G. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Good,
Cracking
good.
on. Cracking on with the
Yeah.
old Yankee Doodle that we've got here.
It is a Yankee Doodle, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
And by now, the viewers have not only watched our reports of round one, but they've probably also watched the glory of Golden State Gaming's
Ooh.
reports. No, 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 no.
That's where I
They're
thought
not
you
our
were going with the
reports.
Proxy Table Gaming.
Oh no, I wasn't actually. That was purely
Proxy
random.
Table Gaming. I don't know which one. Probably that one.
Probably, yeah. No, yeah. So hopefully you've watched 4 battle reports for the price of 2
Well,
now.
yes. Very
Um,
lucky viewers.
yeah, I mean it's really interesting hearing the opposite perspective of the
Mm.
same battle.
Yeah.
Actually, so I've enjoyed those reports. Really tempted just to spam the comment section with absolute trash, but I
Yeah.
haven't. I've held back. Yeah. So we move into round 2. We have got a 0-1 deficit.
We're
To make
a
up.
bit to prove for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and first up was myself
Yes.
to see if I could redeem myself really from the
Mm,
previous defeat.
yes.
And to do it, I thought I'll go back to the Highborn Elves
Of
and
course.
something we'd actually crossed the threshold of new points. We had like old and new points, so this was
Yeah.
cool. And something came up that I needed to take Highborns, which you'll see in a sec. Against
Yeah.
Swampswimmer, who continued on with the Saurians because, of course,
He
you
did.
drew. So
We
you're both
drew.
able to take Saurians into the next phase.
Yes, and chose to do so. So at least that's no spoilers really for me. I was sticking with Saurians as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our
So
beloved Saurian.
So I was looking forward to it very much so.
Mm.
And onto my list. If you've seen any of the Masters, this will be fairly familiar. This is my
Mm.
first iteration of that list.
It was.
Um,
Yeah.
with the Initiates of Fire Heart because they were amazing, and just
Mm.
I put 2 straight in without looking back.
Yeah.
27 Foot Sword Masters, full command, Grey Watchers to round out the special. It's a very small list. 2 lots of Seaguard with Banner of Discipline instead of the other core setup that I had. Wanted to try out there, shooting every rank.
Yeah.
And then 3
Yeah.
flyers for my characters. I've got the Queen's Cavalier Ancient Dragon with a Wizard hat because I thought that'd be cool. The Griffin basically is the standard build with glittering lacquer.
Okay.
And
What's that do?
Heartite,
Sure.
which is all right. Although I don't have either Dragon's Bane, the Demon's Bane, sorry, which is +2 armor against magical, or the Ghostly
Ghostly
Guard.
Guard.
So
Sure.
that was instead of that basically. So I wanted
Okay.
to try this out. So that's
Yeah.
the change essentially.
Fair enough. The double Sea Guard was instead of Sea Guard and 2 Lancers.
Yeah, this was my
Lancers.
first thing because I just saw that and I thought, oh, that makes core pretty easy. I think I'm 5 points over, so I was like, let's go with that. So a bit testy outy, and at this point I hadn't tried anything, so this was a very testy outy, and cool in my eyes. So that's what a bit of fun. Let's crack on. Against a very similar sort of manifest, I guess, in that there's no characters in the Saurians.
No characters at all. Oh, brilliant! I didn't even notice that at the time.
Yeah. So we have, no BSB. Well, no BSB, although there is Kuro Stone on the Kaiman Elder, so kind of a BSB.
Yeah.
But you don't give away the BSB points, do you?
No.
Which is
No.
super good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, no characters whatsoever. So he's got enclaves everywhere, basically. And this was before the change where
This might have been after.
I can't remember. Either way, he's got 8 Cayman Warriors with Enclave. And what's Obelisk of Collaboration? Do we know?
Obelisk Collaboration means they get Pack Hunter, I think.
Okay.
So if they declare a combined charge, then this unit gets to reroll their charge.
Sound. Big unit of Skinks, small unit of Skinks, smaller even still. So unit of Skink Hunters, 6 big boy Kaiman, a unit of 3 Thyroscutus, with shooting, I think, some structures. Crystal
Yep,
is.
it is.
A single Thorax Scooters, which goes in with the skinks, give them
That's the skink
poison,
blender.
poison. 2 units of Saurian Swarms, a unit of Skink Gorillas, 2 units of Spearbacks, and 2 units of Pterodon Riders. So it was basically what can you fit if you don't have characters, and it was a lot. So
yeah, I mean,
really
everything
cool.
is pretty much 300, 200, less points, really. It's
well,
a very...
you got the 2 600-point units, and then I guess if
True.
you combine the Skink and the Thyro,
And the
that's
Thyro.
another...
True.
Whatever that is. So yeah, no, I was really interested to see how I could go against this. I thought my Ancient Dragon could probably take most things apart from the Cayman Elders, and so I kind of most of my things one-on-one can take it, but obviously it's not one-on-one. It's
he's got
2-on-1,
lots of units. Yeah.
Really interested to see how that goes. It was. I don't think it was refused flank. I think I've got this wrong. It was secure target, but it wasn't refused flank. It was.
No, we'll see when we see the deployment.
Counter thrust.
Yeah, sure.
This one.
Yes, you look a bit closer.
Because the was a bit better, but it was secure target. So we've got. I'll just move off to make sure. Yeah. So the Thyroscutus, from his point of view, are behind us, as you see it. Carrying on from right to left, because I never do that. He's got the skink. Death Star with Thyroscutus in the forest, some Skink Gorillas in front, then the Big Daddy Caimans, Spearbacks and Baby Caimans with the Skink Hunters in front of them, a small unit of Skinks at the back, just scoring, waiting for last turn, presumably. Pterodon Riders and Spearback and 2 Swarms on that side. I dropped for first, or got first, after the 3 drops. I've got from left to right this time my Griffin Lord, one of the Initiates with Pyro, then the Mage behind some Grey Watchers, Seaguard, Ancient Dragon, Sword Masters with an Alchemy Initiate behind them, with Seaguard on the hill up there. I just want to see what my shooting could do, and then if you get too close, charge. Basically,
yeah. I mean, you got a unit of Seaguard up against his Thyro and
I wasn't too keen on that. What my thought was is if he does charge me, I'll leave him long charges, and I'll either flee or stand and shoot stuff to blink, blink, and then by that time, hopefully my stuff is all over. I didn't really fancy that. Having a hill though, I thought, well, if I can flee off the hill at least, then there might be some.
Buy yourself a turn.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes over there. On the other side, sort of look quite heavy on that side, especially with the Griffin. Hoping just plink off all those different little bits. A bit scared of his shooting, especially. I know I've got hard target with the Griffin, but a bit scared because I've only got 4 wounds on the Initiates and him, so he could potentially do a decent amount with his shooting and poison and things like that. Spearbacks AP2.
Spearbacks are AP2.
Yeah, so they could. I mean, they could chew me up a bit. So I'm hoping to do as much damage to them as early as possible, and then whip round for the rest.
Yeah.
On my turn, I move up very aggressively with in the center, kind of zoning, using my Griffin to zone rather than get close, because I don't want to get close to those Spearbacks, basically.
Sure.
And otherwise, keeping a little bit of a bubble. My Swordmasters go in the forest because they really don't care for anything. I think they chew up everything that comes into them.
So long as they're attacking first, and they would against Saurians.
Yeah. So the only potential problem is if the Caimans come in together. Then I'm screwed.
So many bodies that they can suck it up before they attack you.
But luckily, I don't think his big daddy Caimans can charge because there's things in front of him. But either way, it's a really long charge. Less so into the Ancient Dragon, but they're wounding him on 6s. Lethal strike, but still wounding him on 6s, so not too bothered there. I get Pyro Flow off and do 2 wounds to these skinks.
Oh, only 2.
Oh my goodness. I think I rolled 2. It was just I rolled double 1.
Oh, okay.
And I get the attribute on the Caimans to start that process.
Great.
I shoot and kill with
That's a hell of a charge.
yeah. I shoot with 27 guys at strength 3 and do. I've done 2 wounds,
5.
so
You kill 5.
wounds. I was like, oh, okay. I was very much hoping for that unit of chaff just to be gone, so that I could just be done with it. But it's still there. Over here, I do 8 wounds worth into the swarms.
Okay, that's good. Linkage.
So yeah, very happy for that. And on to his turn. That was pretty much it. Oh, I might have done 10 wounds to the swarms, but still. So he takes it on, and I guess.
This is bold.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. I obviously don't have a stomp, and he has a lot of attacks coming at me. But I think he is hitting me on 5s and wounding me on 6s.
Well, he might be hitting on 4s if he can use Tooth and Claw.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. Let's see how that goes. I honestly didn't know how it went with sheer number of attacks and stuff. And I was excited to see how it goes. Fortunately, he fails. I think he rolled like double 1 as well.
Didn't go very far. Yeah.
And with everything else, sort of like just converges on me, man. This is the MSU coming around, baby. Just behind me, as you look at it, it's the Thyro block just coming up fairly tentatively.
It shows you how much
as well
unit numbers get taken away by having characters, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How many more units you can actually put in by having no characters. So it's not something I've been tempted to try yet, but it's really interesting seeing so many units on the board.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so this was an interesting little thing. He's basically come up to say, charge me and I'll countercharge with a lot of things. So interested to see how that goes. So I charge him with everything. Many things.
Wow.
So the first thing, we'll go left to right, I guess. My Griffin charges the Pterodons who flee, and I pass a redirect to go into the Swarms who are fearless. I will take DTs, but it's only 2, so not too bothered there. And I have a 4-up Aegis as well, so don't mind that. My Initiate goes in as well. Same thing, really. It's only a couple of DTs, and I'm hoping to kill that unit over into the next one. I think I need a 9 on Swift Stride for both. Contemplate put the Sea Guard in, but it's a lot of DTs for the fact that I'm already killing that unit, so I thought I'd just shoot off something. The Ancient Dragon goes into the Spearbacks who flee.
Okay, that's good. Get rid of them.
And I declare a charge, I think. I'll just move. I think I declare a charge into the Skink block. Oh, no. Let's go back. I first declare a charge into the Kaiman Elders.
Could you fit in that gap?
No, I think so. Before
must be the Spearbacks first.
Before that, I did. So forget about the Ancient Dragon. I charge with the Sword Masters into its chaff.
The Hunters, that's fine.
I then declare a charge with my Sea Guard into the flank of his 15 unit here.
Ah, that's a flank, is that?
Which is a flank.
Did you mean rear?
No, I think it's a flank.
Okay.
Of this Sea Guard here into there.
Sure.
Which would
I didn't
then
even see them.
Yeah. Which I think would give me an overrun into the Common Elders, but I'm not sure. Basically, I was like, well, if I can charge them, stick there. I don't really want an overrun. I want to stick there and then flee a charge so that I can potentially come back over here. And then Swordmasters might have a counter charge. Of sorts. And then I declared a charge. He fled.
And he fled off the board by the looks of it. Or did you flee charge with something else?
He did flee off the board because of the Spearbacks.
Right.
I believe. We've gone there. It was a really weird bit. They went off the board depending on how I did it.
Sure.
I redirected. I redirected into the Kaiman Elders, potentially into their flank, as well because of the way he's done. I think like that is the line.
Okay.
And it's like a 10. I'm re-rollable to be fair. And he fled that because he didn't want me then to run into the sort of double teaming. Basically have combat res over this side, and then the Ancient Dragon is there. And also because he'd have to move slightly for me to fit in.
He'd have to close the door,
Which would mean that my Ancient Dragon could have an overrun into the Skinks as well, and alongside the Sea Guard.
Gosh, yeah.
So
that's a complex little bit of charging.
It was such a weird. It was like, and he was like, you know what? It's not worth the risk.
No.
Flee. And
good bit of points getting his gorillas off the table there.
Yeah. I'll say clearing some of it at least, which is nice. And I end up like this. So probably best to do it. We should say as well, he's got some wounds on my Ancient Dragon through magic, I think. Magical shooting. In his turn, which is something I missed. But yeah, the flyers over here get in, and I don't need a 9 to get into the others, which I'm pretty happy with that, I think, because Nova Flare and breath weapons and stuff. My Sea Guard turn this way to shoot the spearbacks, hoping to panic them off. Grey Watchers also go into them for the -1 to hit. The Sea Guard fail and just stumble to here, and now I'm definitely looking to flee if possible.
Yeah, he's put entwining roots on you as well, so you're less comfortable with hitting as well.
And I mean, Ancient Dragon just goes to here. I'm not too bothered by that because he'd have to charge both of these. We'll see how it goes, basically. On to my Cosmo kills off the pterodons that are there, so extra points.
Ice and fire, is that? Yeah, brilliant. That's good.
I think he stopped Pyro flow. Oh no, Pyro's over here. Can't remember.
You've got that. That's just to indicate your alchemy.
Yeah,
Pyro Dragon.
So, but kills himself through going.
Oh no!
Through the hole, getting sucked through the void or whatever, or even the other one as well.
Oh dear.
Just miscast himself off. So
that's not really an even exchange.
Yeah, I was happy to get some points, and then I lost my Cosmo, and I was like, that's rubbish.
Yeah,
that's really bad. Because there wasn't really too much that could have killed that eagle.
No.
So that's a shame. But yeah, it is what it is. This is me getting
a wound back.
A wound back through
Druidism.
Because that's what he got, I think.
From the crown, the Wizard King.
Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
that's quite nice.
That's a really good one to roll for him.
Yeah. Over here, I destroyed the unit, only taking 1 through DTs, but only my Nova Flare guy gets in, which isn't terrible, but he'll be there for a little while because they do have poison and stuff, and poison's a bit annoying because I have a 4-up, 4-up.
Sure. Rather than a 1-up.
Rather than a 2-up, 4-up sort of thing, yeah. So he's actually surprisingly fragile to that many poison attacks. But we'll see. So onto his turn, and he declares charge and charge and charge. I hold and flee over here.
Yeah, you had to flee that one on the right.
I flee pretty decently, and it leaves him like a double 6 to get in from that point of view. But everything else is pretty easily getting in. So this I think is a 8 with the Skinks, and this is like a 6.
Really fancies that Kaiman charge.
He does, and I mean, he's done it twice, so he definitely fancies it, you know. But yeah, he unfortunately catches my Sea Guard. I don't exactly know what it was, but it was a minimum 10.
Sure.
I think 11 or 12. But he got it, and
well, when big bulky dinosaurs that are like tanks get a move on, they get a move on.
They stampeded me to death. And that's not a great place for them.
No, that's a really bad outcome.
So I was hoping for them just to stumble forward a bit and me to take all the other stuff, but and
waste their shots as well.
And that's like 600 points he's got as well. So,
and a scoring unit near this. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, lots of bad things have happened there. So I'm like, oh, come on, right, okay, come on, we can do this. Only his time to get in, so at least I'm only fighting him on one front.
Okay, and you could counter-charge into his flank.
I wasn't too bothered about the Skinks. I actually kind of wanted them to get in. I know I'm not steadfast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hitting him on 3s because he'll have parry.
No, he'll have spears. He wouldn't have parry.
Does the
Oh, he would have
not?
parry. No, because he's got Venomous Fortress.
Okay, so
Yeah. No. You're right. They would have parry. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head, I hit him on 3s, and then I wound him on 2s, and I think he's only got 6-up save.
Fortitude, yeah.
Fortitude. And I'm like, I've got like 32 attacks.
Yeah, and you'd be before him, definitely.
Yeah, agility 6. So
yeah, you'd be before him.
I don't think he does as many wounds to me as I do to him. Even with poison, right? Because he'd be hit me on, imagine offensive 3.
Yeah, he'd be hitting you on 4s, wounding you on 4s. The ones that weren't poison. He could do entwining roots to reduce your defensive skill, maybe.
But... Well, I'm defensive 6, so I don't think that would change anything there.
Oh no, probably not. No.
But yeah, I actually fancied that more than the Kaiman.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So that was interesting. But yeah, so did he. So
we know that Swampswimmer does love his skink blender, though.
He does.
He's got a lot of faith in that blender unit. So.
But yeah, so now I've got a choice of either going to the flank or into the skink. So we'll see about that. Unfortunately for me, rallies both of these guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably should rally though, so it's not too bad. He moves like that, I think, for BSB-ness. Because that's the BSB unit, so that he can give people rerolls or whatever. Get shamanism off on this. I'm gonna say strength. I think he went offensive. But either one is pretty good there.
It is.
Because I'm strength 6, so I'm either wounding him on 3s rather than 2s, or he's wounding me on 5s rather than 6s. Over here, I'll move as for the viewer. I do like 8 wounds, which is pretty good. But I take 3 in return. And he's only got 4.
That's really troubling.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that at all. But yeah, so that is what it is, and we carry on fighting there. But that's a much more
he's hanging on now. Yeah.
Predicament than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Over here, I get super lucky, and he does like 0 wounds to me.
Okay.
Alongside doing
maybe it was resilience.
Makes me think it was resilience.
Yeah.
And I use my breath weapon, and I kill like 9 wounds worth.
Very nice.
And I'm like, you know what? He's got less attacks now. I'm definitely going first with everything.
Yeah.
Pretty sure of that combat. I've got the Swordmasters to back me up as well. Pretty happy with that situation. I go into the Kaiman because I needed a 13 to get into the Skinks, and I thought I could either risk an 8.
Yeah.
Charge there.
Yeah.
Or just make sure I kill these Kaiman.
I think so.
Yeah, I just thought that just makes more sense to delete this and then turn around.
Yeah, because if Swampswimmer previously charged them anyway, he might still fancy charging you after you've killed the Kaiman. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I'd be out of the forest as well, so that was that.
Yeah.
My initiate has taken some damage, but goes in because.
Oh yeah.
So risking
both
the DT,
only got 1 wound left.
Yeah. That's how squidgy the Highborn stuff is. Right, they just don't have the wounds and low res.
You're not convincing me there, but okay.
Well, they're not combat things. They're not combat because they just die. So over here, I decide to stop the Thyroscutus helping out. Should anything happen, not really because I think they're going to charge the rear of my Swordmasters, but I just don't want both charging me.
Sure.
Because these guys are stubborn, I believe.
Yes, they are.
So I have to chaff with my initiate, unfortunately, which isn't good. But I do chaff it in such a way that it's only 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, 1v1, it's only a Thyroscutus. A Thyroscutus against the dragon. The dragon has got the better stats. It's just you're going to struggle to wound it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. It's just a pillow fight. That's what I'm hoping. Grey Watch has come over there to give it a -1 to hit as well, so hopefully that protects my guy a bit. Seaguard come up because they can be aggressive now and they want to get close to this. It's only the spearbacks are there that are a problem. I can shoot stuff, and I want to go get the objective.
Yeah.
Over here, I do manage to miss the DT with the initiate, but I lose the final wound on my griffin, and that's annoying more than anything because now they've only got one target to shoot at. I was hoping at least to spread some of those shots, but it is what it is. But at least I get the swarms, which are about 300 points, so that's decent enough. My Swordmasters and Ancient Dragon do work, but don't kill the climbers. I think, again, because of the Brazilians. I turn to face this way rather than to run after them, just because I think I'll get them anyway. And actually, where they are prevents the big daddy Caimans from charging anything.
Yeah.
Like there was quite a big gap where they would just stop the Caiman elders charging anything of mine. So it's going to be 1v1 if he charges. So happy enough there. I took another wound on the Ancient Dragon, but otherwise pretty good. This is me just overrunning with the initiate up here, and
only narrowly missing the Pterodons.
Yeah, I only missed it by an inch, but
that's safety. Once he's in combat again,
it would have been amazing. But I'm pretty sure he's going to die from all the shooting and things.
Yeah,
like
I would have thought
so. Over here, he sort of dances around my initiate so that I can't charge anything. Moves up everything so that I can shoot and whatnot and drop rocks, whatever. Over here, he does rally this small unit of Caiman, which is annoying, but again, he's got the Cora Stone. Brings up his spear back as well.
They'd have been re-rollable cold-blooded 8 as well. So.
Decides not to charge with the skinks, even though they're quarter.
No, that would still move them down to 4.
So the skinks don't charge. I think it's because I got Word of Iron off just to help me out a bit. And
you buffed them too much.
That's it, clearly.
Shouldn't have buffed them.
There is that.
He charges Gyros then as well.
So he's 1-on-1. He is -1 to hit. We'll see how it goes. I think it's just him moving back with the spearbacks, actually. He gets final wound off in here, but between the shootings and the drop rocks. It is what it is. Over here, it is a pillow fight.
Good.
Oh, no. Actually, he gets Shamanism off. So
that makes it less of a pillow fight.
Yeah, +1. That's definitely +1 strength.
It would be, yeah.
But we still have a pillow fight. He moves up.
Which is you do a win to him.
So I win 1-0. But he's got the charge, so it's 1-1. So I'm like, all right. Mainly the -1 to hit helped from the Grey Watchers.
Yeah.
But so he moves up so that all 3 can attack me now. And
I mean, I imagine he probably did 1 crush attack and missed.
Yes.
So now you got 3 crush attacks coming at you, which could be a big problem.
So we shall see. But I've got counter charging and things as well. I go into the Thyroscutus herd with my Ancient Dragon, and I charge here needing a 6 and fail. And
oh no!
And it caused more problems than I saw because I had to go over to here in order to stay out of the 1-inch gap and stuff, which meant that they could charge me anywhere, like anywhere I put them. Basically, it meant that they could charge me in the rear, I think. And it was just I was just like, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of poison spears coming at the dragon.
Yeah, he's only got 5 wounds left as well, so I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what
was he 8 wide? He is 8 wide at least. So he's not got rank bonus.
Yes. A bonus for me is that those Caiman elders can't see anything to charge, and if they could, these guys are in the way. Seaguard again just come up to start shooting and get within 6 inches of that objective.
Yeah, nice.
Over here, into combat, so I get a load of buffs on my Swordmasters because my plan is to move them down this way.
Yeah, sure.
To try and see if I can get them out of line of sight or wheeling or whatever. I kill a Thyroscutus with all the attacks that we have, but I do lose the initiate. I don't take any wounds on the big dragon though, so I'm not too bothered there.
I imagine he did 3 crush attacks on the initiate.
I think so, yeah.
And probably got 2 of them off.
Unfortunately, I don't stop. There's nowhere I can put him to stop the charge, and this is the furthest I could have gone because I went first.
Yeah,
stop him going as high as possible.
And then he shifted his thyros.
So I tried to save him, I just couldn't. And this is what happens subsequently. So,
oh boy, Skink Blender, that's all right for him.
Ancient's got to earn his stripes there, very much so.
Yeah.
I do have the attribute on them, so I do have rerolls to wound with everything, I think.
Okay.
But wounding is not the hard bit. Surviving.
No, well, you killing him is not the hard bit at all.
Yeah.
It's
I'm obviously without any magic now as well, which is makes it even tougher.
You got the crown. But yeah.
So this is after combat, and I'll move us over to here. He's basically surrounded my sea guard. I don't mind that too much. The annoying thing is that these are scoring, so I have to think about that when I'm moving around and stuff next turn.
This is just after magic, not after combat, surely.
Yes, yeah. Magic wise, he gets the hereditary off on this. Oh, it's got to be the dragon, and shamanism off on the thyro, as well as entwining roots. Is that on the? Yeah,
2 is entwining roots.
Decent magic phase for him. I just think I couldn't stop anything. He kills me to a.
I mean, it's kind of to be expected, really.
Just that amount of poison.
And 3 crush attacks.
Yeah, true. Just not the fight for the ancient dragon, unfortunately. I think he only did the 5 wounds. Like he only just did it.
Oh sure.
As well. So I nearly survived.
It's quite funny when you think of it. The crush attack is usually like you should be doing it on things you can crush.
Yeah.
But on an ancient dragon, you're basically just stepping on its toe.
Yeah. For 3 wounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, ancient dragon goes down, and that's like 1,200 points. So that's not looking great for me.
No.
But this is the last turn.
And
that's the end of the game there.
You don't charge your sword masters in?
I don't charge them because I have to be 6 inches from this. But from the objective in order to draw it, I think. Because he's got this scoring unit, I've got this, and I've got the sword masters next to it.
Yep.
Whereas here we've got Seaguard and Kaiman. He hasn't quite moved up them just so that I couldn't charge and kill them. Basically.
Okay.
But as I went first, on the very last turn, he kills my ancient dragon, and that is the game.
I see. Right.
So, yeah, it kind of. I feel like
it slipped away a bit there, didn't it?
Yeah, I feel like he outnumbered me. Me losing my mage quite early was annoying. And
all of your mages really.
Yeah, a few things. It was a few things really, like the Sea Guard as well. Losing them and having Thyro
getting run
behind
down
me was annoying.
If they don't make that charge, then you don't chaff with the initiate. And then you keep your magic on a bit longer.
So a few things happened. It was a really fun game though, and I think there's a few points I perhaps should have got these points so that I made sure of the objective.
The trouble is, if the Skink Blender charges the flank of your sword masters, that's not ideal either. So yeah, I can see why you did what you did.
Again, I think if the Swordmasters make the charge as well, I think I'm in a better place against the Skinks. I certainly don't lose the Ancient Dragon anyway.
No.
But yeah, it was a good fun game. I quite like the list. Obviously, changes were made to then allow me to go to Masters as well.
You learned a bit from this, which was kind of the objective, really, wasn't it?
So I shored up the Griffin with a bit more armor. And a few tweaks here and there as well, especially with the core setup. But yeah, it was really, really, really fun game. But unfortunately, guys,
lucky
it meant another big loss in the Vale Atlantic Challenge. And
I mean, what are you playing at, man?
Yeah, just really, really letting the side down, and having too much fun. I think that's what it was.
I think it was probably that. Yeah.
But yeah, so
it looks like Swampswimmer played that one pretty well.
He did. He did.
I mean, there's actually a few charges that we thought weren't the best moves, but then he failed them anyway, so it didn't matter. So,
yes, yeah.
I mean, I know for all we know that they could have worked out perfectly anyway. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what he says about those failed charges.
Yeah, I think the Kaiman going into the Ancient Dragon isn't as bad as it looked here.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I think of the Lethal Strike. You just couldn't roll the 6s. And it's just one of them when you need 6s. And he went for resilience rather than strength, maybe. Which did help him out in terms of me wounding him.
Survivability,
I'm not sure. But yeah, no, he played it really solidly. Really interesting to see a characterless list as well.
I think Swarms as well, they've seen a bit of popularity lately. And Swamp obviously saw that.
Man.
Because this was played quite early doors in the Saurian book. So he saw that relatively early, because I think a lot of people have played that since.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was I thought it was a really fun list to play, and we definitely both took toys from the new books that we could as much as possible. So it was really cool to have that out on the WARHALL table.
Indeed, and WARHALL looking good there. So it does mean we're 0-1-2.
Yes.
In there. So,
which means you need to come good.
I mean, even if I win 20-0, we still have lost more than we've won.
We have.
So there is that. Wow, Tommy, we're sorry. We've let you down. Because I know that he...
But we've got some pride to get...
Pride to try and get... Yes, I will take on the Spacians something in the last round, in the last battle of the round. And yeah, I'll do that, taking the Saurians.
Absolutely.
We'll see how we get on.
Go check out his Swampswimmer's bat rep
version
of this. Yeah.
I imagine it'll be covered in glory.
Yeah, it will. Golden glory, some would say.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, and go like, share, subscribe their channel as well as ours while you're at it. And all the other
some comments on what you think.
YouTubers and all sorts of whatever.
Which part of that battle was the crippling blow on Lucky Sixes? Because there was a few things that went a bit wrong there.
Yeah, well, I mean, on hindsight, it's probably a mistake to go into the swarms with all the DTs and poison. So I only did two 9s on Swift Ride to get into the other swarm.
Yeah.
I actually would have preferred to get in with just the initiate, because then I had the breath weapon. But yeah. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What were the matchups that I maybe misjudged? And what do you think on all the points? What was the key point in the battle? It was always good.
Yeah, good stuff. Right, cheers for watching that, folks, and we'll see you. Well, these are being interspersed with our Art of War battles, aren't they? So yeah, we'll see you for an Art of War battle next, and then the concluding battle of round 2 in the American Challenge.
Yeah,
soon enough.
Absolutely. See you later.